Hey guys. Okay, so I'm not sure if any of you were able to pop into Sarah Hollingsworth's training, but I love her trainings. Anytime you can pop in and listen to her, it's going to be worth it. She does not record her Rise and Thrive, so unfortunately I can't get the recording, but I am going to really just replicate some of the things that she said because I personally needed to hear it and maybe you guys need to hear it too. I'm going to tell you something about Sarah Hollingsworth is she is a straight shooter. She tells it like it is. She has no filter and sometimes it's a little bit of a kick in the pants, I guess is what I can say. But I am going to replicate what she said. So if you want to watch my replay whenever you have time and see if any of it resonates with you. So the first thing that she said is, what are you expecting on July 1st when this peptide hits? Are you hoping for success or are you expecting success? Because people are planning where their rank bonuses are going to go and they are spending their bonuses before they even have them because the expectation is they are going to get them. And the one thing that she said is your expectation is going to mirror your results. So if you are expecting this to blow out of the water, then the chances of that happening are going to be far greater than if you are just hoping it's going to blow out of the water. Another thing she says is our thinking creates our direction. So if you're unsure what's going to happen, then what is meant for you is not going to come to you unless you are opening it with open arms. So what she was saying is if you are wanting to be pearl, ruby, diamond, but if you are not really, manifesting it, then it's not going to come. So if you have a wall buildup and you want diamond, well, diamond's going to be pushing against that wall because you are not mirroring your expectation and allowing diamond to come into your, your space. The other thing is are you doing the work to prepare for people to join your team? So when this, see, and I have to change my mindset too, because this is the kick in the pants I need. When this blows out of the water and you have 10 people who are ready to sign up with you right then and there, do you have your systems in place to onboard them and get them jump started for success? And if not, then we need to work together so we could get those systems in place. So that way, when you have a huge team joining you in the next couple of weeks, you're ready and prepared for that success to happen. Another thing she said is if someone gave you a check for $500,000 and said you cannot cash it for 6 months, what are you going to do to prepare for it? So you know that money's coming. You just have to wait for that check to be cashed. Are you already mentally preparing what you're going to do with that $500,000? Okay, I already know I'm getting a $500,000 check in October. So I know that I'm going to pay off this debt and I'm going to, go on this vacation and I'm going to pay off this car or I'm going to buy this car, X, Y, and Z. So mentally prepare yourself for that $500,000 check because you know it's coming. Because again, your reflections, your thinking, your actions are going to determine your results. So in other words, what she said is, are you building your life right now with the expectation of what your life is going to be like in 6 months? Or are you letting your ego keep you from preparing of what your life is going to be? So remember, our ego is the one that's going to inhibit us from getting the success that we want. So are we telling ourselves, oh no, I can't post this, or I don't have time, or I'm too busy, or I don't know who to reach out to, or they're just ignoring me? That's our ego. That's the enemy. That is what is stopping us from being able to receive what we want, and we're not being able to manifest it properly. So we got to put ourselves in the energy of what we want to receive in order for it to actually come to us. The one thing is acting on faith. So remember, faith is acting before you see. So you have to believe that it's going to happen and you have to determine your actions in order to see the results. So are you positioning yourself with so much excitement on peptides? One thing that she gave us was a call to action. She said, post every single day. And she actually told us to not do, she doesn't want to see an AI post at all. She actually said, do not make an AI flyer. Do not make an AI post from now until the end of the month. Post real pictures of us, real photos, real videos of us showing our excitement on this peptide launch coming July 1st, and make it as authentic as possible. She said, get into your ChatGPT and have your ChatGPT help you to position yourself with so much excitement that people are banging down your door to message you about what is going on with these peptides. Now, she also said, don't post and pray. Remember what I told you guys. Your posts is your opportunity to collect data. So every single person who is looking at your story, every single person who is liking your grid post and your reels, those are the people that you reach out to and get over the moon excited about peptides. Hey, I saw you checked out my stories. Are you using a peptide right now? Have you ever thought about using a peptide? Are you curious about them? Or are you the kind of person where you know a good business opportunity and you are going to capitalize on it to maximize your income streams? Because if so, we need to chat. That's the positioning that we have to put ourselves in. Another thing too, she also said that really woke me up. She avoids people that, so there's a difference between someone who's like their own ego is getting in the way of wanting to join, and we just kind of have to we just kind of have to light a fire under them to get them to just kind of push them over the edge. There's the ones that are literally just like teetering, and we just have to like push them over and they're there. But then there's also the ones where you're literally just having to like drag them and convince them. She says that she does not like to recruit people that she has to convince to join, because if I have to sit here and convince you to join, then I'm going to have to convince you to work, and I don't have time to convince you to work. I want people to join my team that are over the moon excited about these products, because I'm not going to have to sit here and drag you through the mud and try to get you to work your business. And that's honestly, that was the kick in the pants that I need, because I've been sitting here trying to convince this one lady for a year. And I was thinking about that. I'm like, oh my God, if I finally get her to join, is she going to join and light a fire under herself and really work the business? Or am I going to have to try to convince her to do that too? And we want to position ourselves with people who are going to be excited, so that way we can all grow together. Now, again, I take that with a grain of salt, because sometimes people really do they just have to see the right video. And sometimes they just have to see the right post, or sometimes they just have to talk to the right person for that final little notch to click in place for them to finally start. And then they will run, because I was that person. So that's kind of why I take that one with a grain of salt a little bit, because Marcianne had to convince me for 18 months. And she finally, again, I just needed to see that one reel. And when I saw that one reel, I jumped in, and now look at me. So take that with a grain of salt. But I do agree. Belief determines behavior. Behavior determines results. That I do agree with, because if we're not doing the work, we're not going to get the results. So we have to reframe our mindset. This is working. People are going to join my team. This is the rank that I'm going to hit. And if you take action from now until the end of the month, you will see results. So we have to stop acting like this may work and start acting like this will work. Again, she said, have ChatGPT position yourself out of a way where you are over the moon excited about this peptide launch, to use that to create data to start talking to people and getting in their inboxes. She also said, how long do you want to stay stuck right now? So we can be stuck, or we can reposition ourselves and say, right now, what are we going to do to pivot? What am I going to do to pivot? What am I doing right now that's not giving me the results I need? And what do I need to do to change it and pivot and try something different, so that way I do get the results I need? So if we are posting and praying and nobody's coming into my inbox, well, maybe that's not working. Maybe I need to go look at all the people who are looking, and I need to get into their inbox. And that's how it's going to position myself for success. So we have to change it to, I'm expecting this to work. I'm going to get loud, and I'm going to be confident when people are messaging me, or when I'm messaging them and we're starting that conversation. We want to be committed to doing something different from now until the end of the month. So again, look at what you're currently doing, see what's working, see what's not working, and figure out how to pivot and try it differently from now until the end of this month. Another thing that someone shared in this Rise and Thrive is she said, when people tell you to reach out to 30 people, that sounds like a lot and it sounds like it's impossible. But she groups it into 3 sets of 10. So she reaches out to 10 people in the morning, 10 people in the afternoon, and 10 people in the evening. That's 30 people a day. But when you do it in increments of 10, it doesn't feel like it's that much. She says it takes her about 10 minutes, 15 minutes total. So 5 minutes per section. So 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the afternoon, 5 minutes in the evening. And she says, do not hold on to the post. Once you send it, it is out of your hands and it is up to what they're going to do to receive it on their end. Some people are going to ignore it. Some people may say no. Some people will have questions, and some people are going to thank you for impacting their lives in the future. But none of that will happen if you don't press send. So if you do not message those 30 people, none of that's going to happen. So it's okay. Message, send the message out and let it happen. They're going to say no, they're going to say yes, they're going to ignore, they're going to ask questions, or they just may join. But it wouldn't have happened if you didn't press the button. And I repeated that because I needed to hear that myself, because your actions are going to mirror what you believe. And if you believe it's going to work, your actions are going to show you that it's going to work. And we need to have the conversations of the specifics in Messenger and post the buzz on our profile. So post the buzz, get the sneak peek. Think of it as the trailer, the movie trailer. We're not posting the whole movie on our Messenger. We're posting the trailer. And when we get into our direct messenger, that's when we give the details. That's when we share the movie. So that is what she said. I really enjoyed it. I felt like that was the kick in the pants that I needed. Let me know if this was helpful for you. And again, if you need specific coaching, you know me, I'm off for the summer. I go back to work July 13th. So I'm here for you all hours of the day. If you need to hop on a quick call with me, we can brainstorm some stuff for you to take action from now until the end of the month. And let's finish this month strong. I'm ready to rank up, and I know you guys are too, because remember, you're going to get the most points for that Mexico trip when we hit ranks, because that's where the points are, to be honest. So let's do it. I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's go.